Hey guys, welcome to another video. Listen, apologies about the lack of sort of non-live stream videos for a while. I've just been kind of busy with other stuff, but I do absolutely want to get back to putting out kind of old style videos like this. So anyway, enough of my excuses. Yeah, this is five fairly modern games on the C64. Now I don't know exactly when they came out. You can go and check for yourself. I've given you the name of them, just Google it. Now all these games that I've featured are free, they're all on the C64 and they're free. Now this first one, Doc Cosmos. Now I'm sure this is actually a 16K game. I think it was written for a sort of competition. Now it would be impressive if it was a full kind of whatever it is 64K game, but the fact this is running in 16K is mental. Now, yeah, you can see there. You can actually. I'm actually doing the. I played the game a couple of weeks ago, so I'm kind of doing the commentary after. So, yeah, it's going to be a wee bit more difficult telling you exactly what I'm doing here. But yeah, you can basically you can swap between. Kind of modern looking graphics and the graphics which would probably be best described as being computer generated graphics. Yeah, you go up to that little console thing and it flicks between them. It's a really nice touch. I just think it's awesome that 35, 40 years after the C64 kind of stopped being something, people are still coming up, not just with games, but they're still pushing the boundaries of creativity. They're coming up with original ideas, and I think that's excellent. I think that's really good. It's an interesting thing looking at this. What you're looking at right this second could technically be a game released in 1983, and then there you go, that's one that came out 10 years later. Cracking graphics, nice little synth tune as well. When you look at the graphics for this, it's so detailed, really nice. Yeah, that is a nice little touch. You see there, you've got to basically flick between old style and new style to kind of move on. Bollocks. And it's game over. So yeah, that's Doc Cosmos. Now this next one, you really don't need any explanation of this. This is quite obviously it's based on Pac-Man, or should I say Ms. Pac-Man. Now if you don't know the history behind Miss Pac-Man, when Pac-Man was released, there was a company, a group of guys who used to take the game and then they would add in a little bit of hardware which basically changed the game, and that's how. And what they did was they used to sell it for, I don't know, $100 to a pub, and then they could buy this add-on, and then they could basically get a new game for not very much money. And eventually Atari cottoned onto this and employed the guys. They gave the guys jobs. So Miss Pac-Man was one of these ones. It was based on Pac-Man, and these guys just came up with what they thought was a kind of, it's, I don't know if it's equivalent an improvement. I know the purists are always going to prefer Pac-Man, but yeah, and Atari were so impressed, they didn't just offer the guys jobs. This was one of the games that was released as a standalone game. Now I think Ms. Pac-Man actually sold more cabinets than the original Pac-Man. So anyway, I'm kind of waffling a bit. Yeah, this is Miss Pac-Man, and I have to say, what a damned impressive version. Sound, graphics, I don't know how accurate it is level layout wise, but yeah, really nice. I'm not, hopefully Mr. John Studley's not watching this, but I'm not a big fan of Pac-Man. I just find it quite a boring game, but that's just me. That's because I can't play it. So yeah, if you want to miss Pac-Man, then look no further. Bum 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 bum. Yep, this is Old Tower. Now I've seen a few games like this before. I'm not a massive fan of them, but what I like about this, it looks very unique. It actually looks more like an 8-bit game, or it looks more like a game that would get released in a PC, but they're trying to make it look like an old 8-bit game, if that makes any sense. In other words, what I'm trying to say is this looks like a PC game that has been programmed to look like a Commodore 64 game. But yeah, I've seen this type of game before. You can only move either left or right, up or down, and you just keep basically falling until you hit a wall. And it's all about trying to figure out how to collect whatever it is you collect, and then basically escape from the level. It's nice. It's a nice little game. I quite like the sort of the little dinky graphics. They're quite cute looking. Ah, bollocks, was that some sort of laser thing I think that killed me? I'm trying to figure out, is this displaying more colours than it should? Maybe not, I don't know. But it is, I like the graphics, they're very, very detailed, quite cute looking actually. But yeah, all these games that are featured and you're going to see in a few minutes, they're all completely free. Some of them you can, I think some of them you can make a donation. You know, it's entirely up to yourself. But yeah, just Google it. Google it. Just you don't need me to tell you how to Google something. At least I've put the name so you can go and find it for yourself. There we go. Yeah, it's actually quite addictive. Yeah, so it's all about just trying to figure out, you know, it requires a bit of lateral thinking. This one you've got, I don't even know what the hell it is you're controlling. No idea. Anyway, I could keep playing that one. That's Old Tower. Right, second last one, Plekthora. Yeah, we can see your little scrolling message. Collect stars to increase multiplier. Press space to pause. You need more stars if you start with more lives. Right, prepare for combat. Now I have to say, the parallax scrolling in this is really impressive looking. Did I read there, I think when I was kind of talking, I'm sure it said 32 layers of parallax scrolling. Bollocks. Yeah, kind of, your wee ship looks very Nemesis-esque. It does feel kind of Gradius meets Delta. Incoming fleet classified as hostile. Yeah, with a little bit of sanction flung on. What the hell is that? Is that a power up? Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, if anybody ever tells you that 8-bit machines were washed up, I actually had to laugh. I was reading an article online and they were talking about the Mega Drive, and you know, the person that wrote the article made some absolutely ridiculous comment saying something like, prior to the Mega Drive, all computer games were dull and uninteresting, and I thought, really? Now the scrolling in this, certainly in the video, looks not silky smooth, but trust me, it does play silky smooth in real life. Oh, you arse. Right, let's give it one more quick wee go. I like that colour kind of graduation. That's nice. Right, okay, we're doing a continue. Yeah, it is very Gradius. Or Nemesis. Why did it get... Was Nemesis in the UK and America, and Gradius was Japan? Anybody know? Anyway, that's Plekthora. Let's move on to the very, very last one. But this one's Space Firehawk version 0.194, I think. Right, so it's always a far more kind of simpler game than Plekthora. It's not got this sort of the fancy, you know, what do you call it, parallax scrolling. But you know, nothing wrong with that. I just noticed, you can see there, you've got little star field, and there's some little stars flashing about down the bottom. I don't know whether that's a graphical glitch or whether that is indeed deliberate. Actually, quite a nice little touch, that. So this is more kind of traditional fare. Ah, right, so you can actually upgrade your ship. That's a nice little touch. Funny thing was, I mean, people always think of saying, yeah, there was loads of shoot-em-ups on the C64. There were a lot of horizontal shoot-em-ups, and which really, obviously, the C64 hardware and sort of, aspect ratio, horizontal, it lent itself well to horizontal scrolling games, but it didn't really lend itself as well to vertical shoot-em-ups, and so there weren't really that many. There were a few, don't get me wrong, there were a few, but there were certainly more horizontal ones that I can remember. So it's quite nice you get something like this coming along. It does feel very old school, sort of Astro Blaster type thing, different. It actually feels a wee bit like Arcadia. Now, I was very, very sorry to hear tonight that John Gibson, who was one of the programmers for Imagine Software, he posted on Facebook to say that David Lawson, who was the founder of Imagine, had actually passed away, which was very sad. He was only 62 years old. Now, like Imagine or not, I mean, we've all seen the Imagine story with them putting out, let's be honest, quite a lot of not very good games, and they were making stupid money, and they were all buying Ferraris and Porsches and all that, and they didn't last very long. They subsequently went bust. The sort of downfall of Imagine was featured in the Commercial Breaks documentary, which is easy to find on YouTube. But you know what? Imagine were the first mega company. Yeah, a lot of the games weren't good, but they did still put out some decent games. But they were like larger than life, and they took what was an industry where people were selling games at computer fairs, and they turned it into this mega big blockbuster industry. So without Imagine, we probably wouldn't be playing modern games just now. So yeah, very sad news. So anyway, listen guys, that is the last one. That is Space Firehawk. And like I says, you can go and download all these off the internet. As always, thank you very much for watching.